Welcome, 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 welcome. What's going on, y'all? Long time no see. It's your boy Cal Griffin here with All Things Hoops. I know it's been a minute. It really been a minute since I really tapped into this live thing, but I'm back, man. I couldn't stay away. And today we got a legend, man. You know, this guy, I remember him since like it had to been maybe 12, 13 years old. He was playing with Gauchos. At the time, I was playing with Milbank. And I'm like, yo, who's this kid, man? He's just terrorizing the entire team, man. The entire tournament. We were playing UDC up in Washington Heights. And this cat he was just on another level. And yeah, man, with no further ado, man, we're going to get it started. We got my man Coach Heck from Riverside Church. I know that's a little funny for me to say, man, because I know him as a gaucho, but we're gonna get right into it, man. Sit tight, get your beverage, get your refreshments, whatever you do, and we gonna get into it, man. We're gonna have a goodie. So I appreciate. Yo, yo, yo,
Going on, bro?
Coach Heck, what's going on, champ? How you, man?
Life's great, man. I can't complain, bro.
Hey, man, this is a long time coming, man. For me
That's a
personally,
fact.
I don't
That's
know
a
if you
fact.
heard the little intro, but you know what I'm saying, since maybe 12, 13 years old, man, Heck has been terrorizing on these New York City basketball streets, man. And first and foremost, man, I want to thank you for coming on and chopping it up with me real quick. Um, you know, I really feel like the cats who really, really put in the blood, sweat, and tears, like yourself, need to be recognized, man. And that's why I do this. Um, you're a quiet dude, man. You're a quiet dude. You don't say much,
Yeah,
but when you say when you know what I'm saying. So this is kind of outside of your lane. But
yes, sir.
that makes me much more appreciative of this whole moment. So thank you, Hack.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Nah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Right now we streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So salute to everybody that's tapped in from YouTube, from Facebook. Y'all go share the live. Y'all go do what y'all gotta do. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, man. We here. We about to chop it up with Coach Heck, man. Coach, um, we gonna get right into it, man. Your last name, I don't want to chop it up, so I suggest you know what I'm saying you give the
Almodovar.
Almodovar. There you go.
Yes, yes,
All right,
yes.
Coach Heck for those not familiar, but let's get right into it, man. Let's go all the way back. Let's rewind all the way back. Where you from first of all, and yeah, pretty much where you
Um, I'm from Harlem, 133rd and Lennox.
from? 133rd and Lennox. I didn't even know that
Yes.
you was from a fellow Harlemite, right? I didn't even know that,
Yeah,
but salute,
yeah.
salute.
Yes, sir.
And you said 133rd and Lennox.
Lennox Ave. Yes, sir.
So tell us, man, how do you get started with this game we all love, man? This basketball game. How did you get started? At the beginning.
Um, when I first started playing, my first tournament was Birds Classic at St. Nick Park.
Mm.
My coach back then was Storm and Norman. He had an A and a B team called Storm and Norman All Stars, and he had two stacked teams with the likes of Shamgard, uh, Paul, Randy, Steve McDowell. Like, yeah, he had a both teams was a mob, and I was like the baby. Like, so I started learning a lot from them.
That's crazy. You got early Sham God stories that you know what I'm saying. That's real. So I
Yeah.
mean, in terms of like, at what point did you realize with this game, man, that you maybe you had something here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say, I bumped into you at 13, but I know you was from 8 years old. Probably. When did you start playing
I
ball, man?
mean, I was about 10,
About
um,
10.
playing playing with those type of dudes, but I didn't really start loving basketball till I was up in Westchester. I was in a group home. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? My family had little issues or whatever, so they had to take us away. But I was up there just doing everything that I learned from those guys, and I just put it all together.
wow.
And a guy by the name of Tony Lopez, who became my mentor, he was coaching at Gauchos. He was like, yo, heck, I think you should come down and go play at Gauchos. You know what I'm saying? I'll get you a pass out to go practices and stuff like that. Then after that, that's how I took off.
Now, did you know about gauchos already, or was this like a fresh?
Yeah. Nah, I knew about Gauchos and Riverside back then, and I knew you had to be like that to play with them. Cause before I even went upstate, I was playing with Menacing with
Uh,
Coach Sam. So you know what I'm saying? He just had like a lot of hood kids just playing around. We was getting our butts whipped, but again, it was a learning experience. So
Absolutely, man. Man, that's crazy, man. You touched on the group home thing, right? And I don't want to harp on that too much, but in terms of like, did that make you stronger? You know what I'm saying? Did that make you stronger as a person, a player? Like,
um, I mean, look, I when I was growing up, I lived in the streets, like running around just like anybody else, because that's what we used to do back in the day. All our friends was outside, so that's what pretty much made me stronger. But growing up in a group home and then being away from my family, that was kind of like bothersome. So, I mean, I was still a pretty strong minded individual, but I was more focused on getting out of there. And because of my good behavior and my grades in basketball and my dad getting his life together,
right.
I made it back into the city.
Now you spoke on some cats that were there to help you through this time. You mentioned Tony Lopez being instrumental. Who were
Yes.
some of the other guys that early on you think that were instrumental in your development? You know what I'm saying, as leaders in the community, and kind of putting you under the wing, and showing you the ropes, so to speak.
I mean, Tony Lopez was like the number one guy, but then like when I got the Gauchos, Vern took me under his wing, Coach Vern, and eventually I was playing with Dave Jones
Yeah, Coach, shout out Coach
and
Dave.
I'm missing somebody and Reggie Howard. So
Yeah,
I had some very very tough coaches.
Coach Dave he was a tyrant, man. I remember going for tryouts, and there's not even a basketball in the gym. I'm like, how we gonna try out with no basketball? We was doing
Yeah,
monkey drills for 2 hours.
so I
That's
remember all
crazy.
that. But the funny thing about the Gaucho thing is when I got there, they had told me, "Yo, you want to play here? You got to take a certain individual spot."
Mm.
I'm like, "Word? That's it?" I tore that kid up so bad they moved him to the C team. As a matter of fact, but yeah, I
was
terrorized the kid, man.
was he a well known individual, or what?
I mean,
If you gonna
he was
remain,
pretty known back then. I think
if
his
you
name
got
was Vaughn or something like that. I don't remember his name too much, but I think his name was Vaughn.
and
Yeah, I tore him
nobody
up.
nobody heard or seen from that cat again ever in life, man.
Nah, not that I know. that I know of, man.
Oh man, but now you spoke on gauchos, man, early on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about the gauchos. Can you tell me a little bit about like what it actually means to you or meant to you to be, to wear that bull on your chest and to represent, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, your affiliation lies with the church right now. We'll get into that a little later,
Nah,
but
it's cool. It's cool.
what did that mean for you at that time as a kid to be representing in that way?
Nah, but I mean, back then there was a privilege to make one of those teams because like those back then all Riverside and Gauchos had three stacked teams. Like the A, B, and C teams were stacked.
For real.
So for you to have made one of those teams, that means you was a pretty good player, man. You was elite.
That's a
I could
fact.
say that.
That's a fact. And one other thing, man, like when I seen you, I always seen my man. Shout out to Muggsy, man. I gotta shout out Muggsy, man, because
My backcourt mate, yeah,
hey, man, y'all was probably one of the toughest backcourts in the city at that time, bro. Like of that age bracket, and I'm here to give you your flowers, man. I don't know if anybody ever told you, man, but y'all too, yeah, y'all was tough.
yeah. We me and him terrorized everybody, man.
Shout out to Muggs, man. He also did some great things, you know what I'm saying, in his career. And yeah, that's my guy. But so at this time you was middle school. Was that middle school or was that
Well, I was 12, so that was biddies.
all right, that was biddies.
Yeah, I started at Gauchos at biddies.
So in terms of schooling, like what school were you going to for middle school in terms of
Well, I stayed upstate in Westchester. They had a little school right next to the group home. Um, I think around when I was 13, I moved back to the city and I ended up at IS 195, Roberto Clemente.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, was that another a situation where you had to test your skills out, or were you already floating on cloud nine already? Everybody knew who you
Every
was,
eh,
and
Nah, everybody knew who I was when I went up in there. Like they had some players that I played against, played with. So when I got up in there, like it was like everybody was happy because our rival school 43, 195 haven't beaten them in so long. So when I got up in there, it was like, oh, we got a chance this year. And needless to say, we beat them 3 times in 1 year.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. But so this was middle school, right? So was there a buzz? When did you start thinking about high school? You know what I'm saying? High school basketball. When did you start? When did those ideas or situations start creeping in your mind?
I mean, it's funny because I mean, even as good as I wasn't really thinking about high school ball and none of that. I was just worrying about what was in front of me.
Right.
Um, Even though when I was younger, I literally played up and everything outside of no, I mean I played up and everything. Now if I play my age, I always try to look for the worst team to play with to help them win. But yeah, I wasn't really looking at high school like that because I just got back in the city from being upstate for about
Right.
3 years.
Right. Right. So let's fast forward to the days of thinking about high school now. You know what I'm saying? Like what high schools were you thinking about going to, and what was your mind state about around that time in terms of playing ball? Like I know you went to the well, I'll let you tell it.
Well, I mean, even at a young age, I was like on my own, grown and stuff. Like no disrespect to my mother and father, but I was basically on my own. But my first offer came from LaSalle. Like they wanted me. They said I could play varsity as a freshman. I would have played on that varsity team with Shamgard his senior year.
Mm,
But at the time, I was like, man, that school too far from where I'm coming from. Like I wasn't trying to leave the house at those 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to be getting on no train. So Rice High School was like right next to me. So
Right.
I was like, why I can't go there? So everybody pretty much was like, yo, that's a Riverside school. I was like, I don't care. Like I live right here. So why I can't go there? So I had took the exam really late because everybody already took this. So when I passed, they had called me and said, we're gonna accept you. And Gaucho said they was getting me a sponsorship and all that, but that
Right.
ain't fall through.
So you and Dre Barrett, well, I know you guys, since
When
youngins.
I went there for freshman, it was me, Kenny Sack, Kevin Bell, Courtney Fields, Taven. There's a whole bunch of us.
So that's a crazy lineup right there.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, Rice High School, man. Everybody knows about Rice High School being one of the powerhouses. Um, Now, when you were thinking about going there, was there any doubt in your mind that you're gonna go there to play ball? Like everybody want to go there and play ball, but when they see other people going there, it start the doubts start to creep into people's minds. Like, yo, I don't know. Kenny Satter's over there, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get no burn or whatever the case may
Nah,
be.
nah. My mindset even now is even for my own kids is I don't care who's at that school. Um, I'm gonna go there. We're
Right,
gonna compete. We're gonna make each other better. Like I don't look and say, oh, such and such is there. I don't want to go there. Like I'd rather go somewhere where I'm gonna get pushed every day in practice. Like that's what I'm looking for in my kids now. Like I tell them, like we're not worrying about going to Hayes or Christ the King or something like that, and you got kids ahead of you. No, you're gonna go in them schools and you're gonna compete and earn your keep. And at the same time, that's gonna make you better. Like it's easy for me to say, oh, let me send Heck to a school that ain't got nobody and he could be the man right away. That don't float my boat.
right. You can't. You went there to compete if you had to, and do you think that's missing in today's youth?
Nah, it definitely is because there's a lot of jumping around because folks that go to a school, then all of a sudden they recruit another guy that just like you, and the parents is like, I don't want my kid to go there.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? He got to share minutes. Like, no. Like if my kid get to going head up against another elite player, that's gonna prepare him and make him better.
right,
Like I don't want my kid being the best in the gym and then he got some scrub kid checking him in practice. Like, nah, that's not gonna help.
nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, in terms of like so you actually went to Rice High School, right?
Yeah, I went for a little while, had some troubles. I mean, it was out of my hands because I was promised a sponsor. It didn't come through. So I wasn't getting the books. I couldn't even see my report card.
Right,
So
because they was holding
that
it back.
that that kind of threw me for a loop and made me just say, you know what, F this, I'm out. Like so I was in there for a couple of months. Uh Thurman Player was pissed off that I left and Mo Hicks because they was the two coaches at the time. It's like, yo, you should have came to us, whatever, whatever. I was like, look, man, I,
Hey,
I, I gotta I gotta be out here borrowing people books to get my work done. That wasn't cool with me. So I had to
yeah,
leave.
yeah. You had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
Now you went to Brandeis High School, located in New York, in Manhattan, New York, in
Yeah,
the city.
that was
Can you
terrible, man.
tell us about that transition? Like, you know what I'm saying, in terms
It
of the
was
basketball culture,
eh,
everything.
nah, it was that was terrible because I was basically in there with a bunch of like kids for the street. So that ended up bad for me as well because I got caught up in all that stuff. So they had a pretty good basketball team, but Rice High School didn't want to send my transcripts over. So I
Mm,
couldn't play that first year I was there. So
mm,
that kind of threw me in for a loop and had me stressed out as a kid. Like, I don't even want to be in here no more because now
right,
y'all not sending me my transcript, so now I can't even play high school basketball.
So that's some of the politics that go on outside of the off the basketball court. That you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, a lot of kids fall victims to. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
was just the name of the game sometime. And you know, I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, you were able to navigate your way through. But did you played with Brandeis, correct?
I played a couple games, but because the team was so terrible, I was like, F it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, right,
the year before, that team, they had a couple studs on there. They made it very far. I was like, yo, if I'd have played with them, we probably could have won the whole thing. But the following year, all of them left, and then that Brandeis program went downhill.
right. So did that kind of take your you know your dreams and aspirations of going further?
Yeah, it was too much politics. You know what I'm saying? And I fell victim to the streets. Like I started living the street life.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So in terms of the passion for basketball, did you still have it though, or did you lose it and
No, I
regain it?
mean, I never lost it. I just started playing like street tournaments. Like I wasn't really taking it as serious as far as trying to get into no college or nothing like that.
Right,
But I basically was just playing in street tournaments, getting busy. Like,
right,
but but at the same time, I was living that street life that
right.
unfortunately I ain't too happy about. But that is part of my story. So
Hey man, hey, that's part of the story, and you know what I'm saying, the goal about everything, like you know, things like that, is to get stronger after that kind of adversity. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
Now you I see where one of your sons in the back, man. There's no secret, man. You are you know you're a father to three sons, who are now, you know what I'm saying, in that they've been playing ball forever. You know what I'm saying, pretty much.
That's a fact.
Um, Now, you know what I'm saying, did you like say that off top, like, yo, my son's playing ball? They gonna, you know what I'm saying? Did you say that off top, or did you give them a chance to like it on their own? How did that go?
Well, I mean, at the time when I had Heck, I was coaching at Gaucho, so we always lived in the gym. So for him, he grew up in that gym, so he started loving basketball right off the rip. I mean, when he came out the womb, I had a little crib with with a little basketball hoop in there and stuff. So
Right.
he picked up a ball as soon as he was able to stand up.
Oh, that's tough. And a lot of people, man, they want to they want their kids to live, you know what I'm saying? They want their kids to they live through their kids, you know what I'm saying, in terms of their dreams and stuff like that and aspirations. Like, is that something that you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you, I mean, I guess it's hard not to do it. You know what I'm saying? You want your kid to make it,
Yeah, I mean,
and
of course, I want them to make it, but I constantly remind them of the struggles that I had, and I'm gonna make sure that they don't go through what I went through.
right,
But I don't live through my kids. I always tell them, look, if you don't love basketball, you're not playing it. Like
right,
you gotta love what you do. You gotta grind. That's the only way you're gonna make it. I'm like, look, as good as I was growing up, I did my grinding, but I got stopped short by the streets. I say, yeah, I'm gonna make sure y'all have every opportunity to make it. And my end goal for them, of course, they dreaming of the NBA, but my end goal is for them to get in college. I mean, if they could get in the pros, that's fine. If they can go overseas, that's fine. They get them a good paying job and live well. Like I
facts.
ain't worrying about the NBA. Everybody look at me like, yeah, Heck is all in. Yeah, I'm all in, but I got other goals for them that if that don't happen.
Hey man, I gotta salute you, man, because from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, this ain't all about basketball either, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a thing about community. This is a thing about holding each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? And from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, you've been taking your sons everywhere. It appears that you're a great dad. You know what I'm saying? And that's first. So before even this basketball thing, I like to give you your flowers for standing up tall and being a great dad to your three sons, man. And you know what I'm saying? I salute you, man. From you know what I'm saying, because everybody don't do that, and it's not it's not something that's common, in where we from. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, that's a fact.
salute.
Uh,
But
I
how hard
appreciate
is
that.
it? How hard is it to separate yourself from being Coach Heck and being dad?
I mean, it's not hard because for me, after a game, like I turn into dad mode. I'm no longer coach, so like I'm just schooling them on different things, on what they could have done better, whatever, whatever. And when we at home, we don't really think about basketball unless they run up in my room, told my dad we need to go work out.
Right.
They in the house being kids, play fighting, playing video games on their phones. I mean, doing normal kid stuff. Like when we
Right.
in the house, we don't really think about basketball again until they start bothering me about taking them outside to go work out.
Nah, that's a fact, man. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, from the outside looking in, you would think that y'all 24, 23 hours out the day, y'all talking about basketball, y'all running plays in the crib or doing something.
Yeah, that's that. A lot of people think that. A lot of people think that my kids ain't kids. Like today, I let them go outside, go hang out with my nephew in the park. I mean, nobody knows that because I'm not posting it. I'm not
Right,
saying
right.
anything. I just let people think what they want to think. But my kids are kids still.
Nah, that's a fact, and that's important, man. To let them be kids, you know what I'm saying, and let them develop that, just mess with their peers, you know what I'm saying. Do
Yeah,
things that
social skills. Yeah.
yeah, do things that kids do. So I mean, people see you right, and as Coach Heck, right? But who were some of the guys or girls who you know what I'm saying who helped you develop your coaching voice? And did anybody, or did you just do that on your own?
Um. Nah. God bless the dad. My friend Alonzo, aka Zoe. He had brought me over to Team Rock, where Coach Steve was at, Steve Harris, and he had put me under his wing, and that's what I first started coaching and learning from him.
That's dope. That's dope. And in terms of like when did you actually get attracted to the whole coaching scene? Like, was it something that they
Oh,
had
that
to get
that
you
nah,
get
that
you in, or was it like, oh, I'm all in
yeah
from the
that nah. That's the story was funny because I was helping run a tournament. Me and my friend Zoe was helping run this tournament called Positive Steps on 133rd in St. Nick. So Steve had brought his team Rock team to play in the tournament. You know what I mean? His team was super great. He didn't need to play in that tournament, but he showed love. So after the game, he's like, "Yo, I remember you from playing. You never thought about coaching?" I'm like, "No." So he's like, "Yo, just we got tryouts in September. Come to Menacing. We under Team Rock, whatever, whatever." So I was like, I don't know. So my man Zoe is like, "Nah, I'm gonna bring him. Don't worry about it." So once he brought me there, and I was around for a little while. I mean, it took me a while before I really started loving it. Because that first year we went to eighth grade nationals, and we had Kimber Walker on that team, Curtis Lovin, Steve. Like we had a little mob, but it was so much time consuming because I mean I still was in the street a little bit, so it was like I'm not all the way in. Like so, I went ghost after nationals for a couple months. And I came back in September and just like, you know what? I'm leaving the street life alone. I'm gonna commit to this coaching thing 100%. And after that, I took off.
Hey man, it's been good to you too.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all, we're gonna get to that nationals, that nationals win, man, in a second. But as a dad, man, as a father, how hard is it to distinguish when to, when to be coach and when to be dad? You know what I'm saying? In terms of raising your kids and wanting them to perform at their best.
I mean,
Are you
it's
hard on
funny
them, or
because, huh?
are you harder on them than you are the other kids from the team?
No, I'm not. I'm hard on all those kids. I mean, I'm a little hard on my own. I mean, that's just off instance, but I'm hard on everybody, kid. You know what I'm saying? I try to push them as much as I can.
Facts.
Uh, and me personally, I know who I can push the hardest and who I can't. So now that I gotta distinguish, but my kids be so pissed at me when I get to going on them.
Right.
Like, yeah, they be on it.
Now they all different age. They different ages, right? So which
Yeah,
age do you now coach, like, or
I
preferably coach?
well, I coach 12U now and 11U.
So let me ask you this though, like as your kids start to get older and older, right? So say there's no, your kids are not, the youngest kid is now 15 or something like that. Are you still gonna coach, the like the 12U or 10U or whatever?
Uh,
You move up.
pretty much right now, I'm moving up with my groups. So I mean, once the 12U becomes 14U, then I decide if I want to coach high school or not. But my desire was to coach high school once they got into high school.
And so do you think your sole like dedication to this thing is based behind, wanting to help your kids out and what I'm saying, and try to pass that knowledge of the game on?
I mean, I wouldn't say that because I was really into this coaching thing before they was born. But now that I got three kids,
You might
to
as
be
well, right?
honest, I don't really trust too many people. Like I don't think
Right.
there are a lot of good coaches in New York. So
Nah, a
unless
lot of
there's somebody good that come along and be like, yo, heck, let me get your kid,
right.
I don't mind. Like
A
Lil
lot
Heck, I don't Lil Heck wants me to coach him now, but I'm putting him in a situation where there's some good coaches that I can trust and I can fall back. Like if I could do that for the other two, I don't mind falling back.
Nah,
But
that's a
while they're
fact.
young, I'm gonna groom them until I'm ready to let them go.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, let me like I said earlier, man. I know I've always known you to be a gaucho, right? And I always give you hell about
Hey,
this,
yeah,
right?
yeah, man.
I always give you every time I see you, I give you hell about this. But you know what I'm saying? Now you've moved on to Riverside, right? I've even seen you wear Riverside shirts in gauchos.
Facts.
But tell me a little bit about what Riverside means to you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We did the shows, and tell me about a little bit about you. Now you're a grown man, you know what I'm saying, a coach. Tell me about what Riverside really means to you.
I mean, I'm gonna start off how I got there first. Like, uh, I really wanted to coach Gauchos, but they never asked. So what happened was, uh, Lil Heck wanted to play at Riverside because most of his teammates that was at Gauchos went to Riverside.
Right,
So he's like, Dad, can I go play with my friends? I'm like, all right, bet. So long story short, the coach that was coaching them at the time had quit close to Nationals time. but then I was coaching Ren's high school. So I was like, they was like, yo, we need you to take over the team, take it to Nationals, or whatever. I was like, I bet. Let me make sure it's cool with the Rens. You know what I'm saying? Because most programs don't let you coach at both. So they was
right,
like, all right, if they cool with it, we cool with it. So I was like, all right. I went to the Rens, like, look, my son playing here. I want to be able to, I'm going to coach him and his young team. They was like, yo, do your thing. that ain't gonna mess up nothing for you here at high school. So I was like, all right. So needless to say, after I started coaching those younger kids at 8, 9 years old, I fell in love with coaching younger kids. And from then on, I stayed at Riverside and slowly stopped coaching the high school teams at the Rens because I was loving to develop these kids.
Right, right. Aside from the W's and you know what I'm saying, the actual, you know, winning tournaments and stuff like that, what would you say is the best part about coaching the young kids?
Oh, they pay attention to detail a little more than the older kids. And I hate
Mm,
to really say that. Well, the kids I have now, I can't say all the kids
right, right,
because I on both teams I pretty much got parents that play basketball. So they really just let me coach and train their kids without no hiccups. Like I don't have nobody yelling in the stands, score, score, score. Like they're very supportive of what I do because they heard and known, I mean, about me. So they give me that respect.
plus
So for me is
future cats gonna
that
see this live and they gonna understand.
uh, so the development part for me is was best and to watch them grow as they get older. Like, yo, this kid is getting better. You know what I'm saying? And my motto is because some parents will see like that, my kid ain't getting better. But everybody develops at their own pace. Like some kids get a little faster than others. And sometimes I say it's in the genes. You know what I'm saying? Like I was nice in ball, so that was in their DNA already.
Right,
And for the most part, most of my dads and stuff really hoop. So that's why some of those kids picked up on stuff a little faster than some of the kids that dads or family didn't really hoop.
right. What would you say is the most challenging part about, you know, being a coach and then coaching the young kids?
The emotions of the young kids, because sometimes because they're younger,
They're still kids.
some yeah, they sometimes they get the whining, the crying, and that kind of boils my blood. But I don't take it lightly on them. I curse them out. You know what I mean? It just makes them tougher. Like I ain't gonna be like, oh come on man, don't do that. Oh, I'm cursing at them while they're whining. Oh, you want to keep whining? You gonna sit down? Then they snap out of it.
Right, right. Do you think that like how did you develop your coaching voice in terms of, like, you know what I'm saying? Did you mimic
Um,
somebody else, or did you naturally
I mean,
establish your own?
nah, like I said, I was up under Steve. I mean, I was under his leadership, and then I mean, I used to when I was coaching at Gauchos, I used to watch like Mo Hicks when he was practicing
Right.
Rice High School in the gym. Like I sit there and learn some stuff. Uh, Even Dwayne Mitchell, I watch him. Tommy, it's a bunch of them like that. I actually got to sit down and take a little pointers from them. And then I also remember how Dave Jones coached me, how his practices was, how Reggie Howard practices was. So I kept all that and used it as my own.
Mm. Nah, that's tough, man. Now, in terms of like, yeah, what would you say in terms of that nationals run that you guys took, right? What would you say was like, was that like the hardest thing that you had to do, or would you say what that was an easy run, or what?
I'm a start with my first group, 2031, which is Mellow team. I had them at I started with them at 8U. We went to nationals that year. We finished, what was it, third? I think it was third or something like that. But it was a little bit of cheating going on. They had teams that was flying kids in from other states, and you're not supposed to do that. So we took our loss. So from that point forward, we said next year we're gonna win it all.
Mm,
So we in the gym 4 days a week, sometimes five. If we not in the gym, we outside on the track doing stuff, work like that. So we was all that was building up into going to Orlando for the national run. So when we get there, I just said to myself, like, we're gonna win this. And the kid said the same thing.
Mm.
So first game, they was a little nervous. Started off sluggish. We still won by double figures. Second game, same thing, sluggish. Still won by double figures. By that third game, everything started to click. Like, and we really start blowing teams out. Like, we won the Final Four game by 40 against a team from North Carolina named Team United. And
Wow.
then we was looking to get our lick back from the team called JBL. And that's probably the only team that really been beating us on a consistent basis. But they end up losing in the Final Four to A5, Anthony Edwards' team, and that kind of like messed us up because we wanted to stop them from winning their third championship. But we didn't get to play them, so we got to play Anthony Edwards' team. And then, we beat them by double figures. So pretty much that group won every game by double figures. Like it wasn't like we didn't have no close games.
That when you go to these national these national contests, is it how many teams are there? Like describe the atmosphere, man.
Um, it ain't like when I first started coaching, no lie, it was probably like 100 teams out there, 120 teams. Now it's like 20, 25 teams. Not as many teams, but it's 20, 25 very good teams. You might have two teams that's not that good, but everybody else is like they can win it all. But as tough as my kids was, I knew that we would win that national chip. And it was refreshing because I've come close so many years and never won it. Like I've come in second a couple times, come in third, couple fourth, but never won it. So after we won that chip, of course, I already knew I was gonna cry. So I broke down. The kids saw me breaking down. It was like, yo, we don't want to see you cry. But that was a beautiful moment. So I couldn't. I had to cry. Like
Hey,
there's no way I wasn't gonna cry.
grown men cry too, man.
Yeah, I was crying like a baby, man. Happy tears, man. Happy tears.
Look, somebody
Now,
said, look what somebody said right here,
that's my brother.
man.
That's my little brother, little big brother.
Or
So moving forward to this year championship, I had coached them for a year last year, and I told myself that I'm just gonna get them prepared for this year to win the chip. We're gonna go to Orlando. We're gonna handle our business. So, I mean, they was winning tournaments. I mean, we was getting better and better. Doing tryouts, I picked up two solid pieces that definitely helped our team. Sammy and Jonathan. So picking those two kids up really helped because one is like a big guard and the other one is like an exceptional old school point guard. Like got the flair, he got all that junk. So moving forward, we had lost in Memorial Weekend Championship. We didn't have our whole team, so we still should have won. We lost by like 2 points. So from Memorial Day all the way up to July, we just working, working, working. So when we get to nationals, I'm like, I got that feeling again. But with this group, there was we 40 pieced a couple of people the first like 4 games. So when we get to the championship round, our first game had to have been probably against the toughest team in the whole tournament. Team from Indiana called IBA Bird. So they was very well prepared for my press. They wasn't missing no shots. We got down all the way down to 20, man. We was down probably 18 heading into the fourth quarter. I'm like, I kept telling the kids, listen, we haven't made our run yet. It got to start now. If y'all want to win a national championship, we got to put it together. So I basically put a defensive five out there with my youngest kid being one of them. So I had two of my kids on the floor at the same time with three other kids, and We went straight man press the whole fourth quarter. Everything just started to click. We went on a hellacious run and ended up winning by 7. So we had a 25-point turnaround in one quarter. And then after that, I wasn't worrying about, no disrespect to those teams, because those teams was good, but I didn't have not one fear in my heart like I did that team that we was down to called IBA Bird from Indiana. Everybody else, I knew we would win, but that team really put a fear in my heart because they was nationally known. I never played them, and they had some hell of a players. They had some good players, but we ended up beating them, and then from then on, we won the rest of the games by double figures, and our back-to-back champs. I mean, so now I'm in the house full of kids that won national chips.
Oh man, that must be.
Heck got 3, Bello got 2, Mari with 1.
So this is just part of what happens in the family, in the household. This is what what y'all do.
Yeah, facts.
So all right. So you said 2031, right?
And then 2030 just won this past one. So I won back to back with 2 different classes.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you pretty much that's what you do, man. All you do is win.
Yeah. I still got the trophies in. I ain't take them to the church yet, man. I don't know if I'm giving them up yet.
Oh man, you still got it in the crib?
Yeah, they're in the crib, man.
Hey.
I'm reluctant to give it up, man. But eventually, I'm gonna put it in the trophy case along with
Nah, that's what's up, man.
all the other historic trophies they got in there, man.
Hey, heck, man, you deserve all of the accolades, man. All of the kudos. You know what I'm saying? That you got coming to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work. Like again, since we was kids, man, you dedicated yourself to this game. You know what I'm saying? And it's time to give you your flowers, man. I hope you know what I'm saying? I hope
Appreciate it, man.
receive them well, man, because you deserve them, man. You know what I'm saying? You deserve them not only for being the a hell of a coach, but you're a hell of a dad too, man. And I could tell that just by seeing the look on your kid's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he probably tough on him, but you get the best out of him. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, of course.
and me being even with me, man, my son right now is 6 years old. And I haven't pushed him to play ball like that, right? Even though he's
Not
gonna be
yet, yeah.
he's gonna be real tall, man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be super tall. He probably up to my chest already. Now he only 6. But
Yeah.
I haven't really pushed him because I want him to love it. You know what I'm saying? And I really want him to
That's
develop that on his own. And that's what you
that's
pride yourself on.
that's yes. Yeah, the kids gotta love it, man. Can't be forcing these kids to play basketball, man. And
What
you
do you
can
think these
sometimes
Yeah, my bad, go ahead.
sometimes you can tell that these parents are pushing their kids to play and trying to live through them because like body language says it all. Like some kids be in the gym all nonchalant and like they don't not a care in the world. Like then you got other kids that's working hard and
Now the parents, the parent situation, is that like probably one of your biggest challenges in terms of like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got parents that probably think that their kid is nicer than what they are. Maybe they think they deserve more playing time or whatever. You ever have any situations with any parents like that?
mm, not really.
They trust you. They just trust
I mean they trust me, yeah, but sometimes conversations be had. Oh, I think my kid could play a little more, whatever, and I basically tell them they got to earn that in practice.
right.
Like if you in practice, uh, not playing well, or if you get in the game and you playing scared, how am I going to be able to play you? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm part of a winning program, so
Right.
if you're not going to produce, you're going to be on the bench. I mean, that's everywhere. It ain't just me. You could
Right.
take it unless you're going to take your kid to a scrub program where he the man and they're gonna allow him to do whatever he want, and you playing against rec teams. That's different.
Right.
Everywhere I go, we're playing high level comp. So like for me, a lot of times, like last year, I was putting my bench up against my starters so I can get them prepared. So when I put them in the fire, they ready. I mean, some kids was ready, some kids wasn't, and shit happens. Like some
Right.
kids, some kids ain't got the heart. Like everybody be thinking, oh, basketball is all skill. No, you got to be tough. You got to have the heart. If you don't have the heart, I don't care how much skill you got.
And
You ain't gonna produce.
you can't teach that
Nah,
though.
you not. You can't teach hard.
You can't
Can't.
teach
That
that.
got to be within you.
You either a dog or you not.
That's a fact.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a
And I
big fact.
stand by that. I definitely stand by that.
Nah, that's a big fact, man. But yo, man, I totally want to be respectful of your time. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a, all out, in-depth interview. Like too crazy, but we did get a chance to explore some of your history on the court, your history, on the sideline as a coach. And again, man, our goal here was to give you your flowers, man, and let you know that you are appreciated, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, you've been doing this for a long time, man, and put in a lot of work. So I don't care if anybody else, mentions it or whatever the case may be, all of the media outlets out there, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna give you your flowers, man, and let you know that you appreciate it, man. And you know what I'm saying? You're one on one, man. You're one of a kind dude, and we here to salute you, champ.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that for real.
No doubt, man. But where can people, you know what I'm saying, if people want to, try out for Riverside, your teams, or because
I mean,
I remember going to Riverside and Gauchos, and there'd be one spot open. And you know what I'm saying? We don't know it. We don't know it.
I mean that's facts, but me, I'm pretty fair. Like we just had a tryout a couple weeks ago, but I tell the kids on my team, look, if somebody come up in your gym
You got to compete.
and bust your behind, your spot might be taken, man.
Oh man,
I'm not that coach that be like, yeah, I had this kid here for 3 years. I gotta be loyal to her. Yeah, I gotta be loyal to a fault, but you gotta want it as well.
facts.
So again, if you prideful, and I made sure I tell those kids for a whole month straight, do not let nobody come in here take your
Right,
spot because they're coming. My DMs be on fire. Oh, we want to come over here. We want to come Riverside. Well, y'all come to
right.
try out. I mean, a lot of parents be talking. Yeah, they don't show up to tryouts. Look, I don't. I have a set roster now, but during tryouts, I don't. Everybody got to fight for their spot.
Hey
That's
man,
that's how I grew
the
up. Like
game.
I grew up taking somebody's spot, so I ain't gonna change that.
Hey man, all the kids out there, if y'all listening, man, compete, compete to the. You know what I'm saying? Don't when you face adversity, don't just jump ship, man. You know what I'm saying? Face adversity and go harder. You know what I'm saying? And try to win over that spot, man. I see too many kids just facing that adversity and transferring schools, man, and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's not the way. That's not gonna make you tougher or stronger, man, at all.
And
But
one
again,
one one thing about me I can say is I'm never afraid to lose no kids. Like I'm confident in my development, and guess what? I bring somebody else in and work with them. I ain't. That's the nature of the beast. A lot of parents want their kids to be the man. They
yeah,
don't want to go through the steps to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here because I want to be the man. Like, okay, you could be the man, but again, are you gonna get the same stuff that you're getting in my practice in that practice?
right,
Like right now, when I practice both teams, I'm putting the best kids head up against each other. So they're constantly competing against somebody that's like them in the gym. I'm not putting them up against somebody that's lesser. than they are. Like they're basically competing against themselves.
Right, right.
And that's how I like to practice. I don't want to see my 12th man going up against my first man. Like, how's
Right.
that gonna make the first man better? Like, no, nah, I got them all head hunting each other, and I'll be sitting back loving it, man.
Yeah, they know who each other. They know everybody's, limitations and capabilities, and they know who's nice. You know what I'm saying? Who's nicer than others, and hey, man, that's what's up, man. You breeding. It sounds like you breeding some killers over there, man. So everybody, what I'm saying, keep your eyes open for that. What team is that? The 20. What year? What year?
2030 is sixth grade slash 12U. 2031 is now fifth grade slash 11U.
What y'all got coming up?
Well, we're gonna be in both teams. Well, the 2031 is playing up in City is Mine, and the sixth grade team is also on that. So I got two teams in City is Mine. That starts October 28th.
Oh
So
yeah,
we
shout
got
out,
we
shout
got a
out
little
to City is Mine.
Bernard, yeah.
But no,
Bernard runs that league, yeah.
yeah, that's a tough league, man. That's one of the best middle school leagues that I've seen, man. I've seen a few middle school leagues, and that's one of the head honchos right there. So salute.
Yeah, Bernard always show love. So I mean, I told him last year that when my kids get to that age, they'll be in your league, and I put two teams in there.
But, hey, man, it's crazy that even Bernard, man. I remember Bernard since we was probably 11 years old, and
Yeah.
that's around that same age bracket. You know what I'm saying? That we
Yes.
kind of all like seen each other,
Yep.
and
Yep.
and now everybody doing great things. So
That's a
salute,
fact.
man. But yeah, did you have any closing remarks that you want to leave the world with? Heck,
Uh, no, just make sure your kids is in the gym, man. Don't just rely on practice. I mean, like my motto in practice is help me help you. So if I
mm,
got you in the gym 4 days a week, what are you doing them other 3 days? I'm
mm,
saying you at home playing video games, you at home chilling. Nah, take an hour out your time, go work out. And like I told the kids in front of the parents, I'm like, it can't come from your parents. That gotta come from you.
right.
Like I said, my kids, when they want to work out, they come kicking my door down. Dad, man, we gotta go work out. And I'll be like, come on, man. Like, all right. Tired as I be, I get my behind up.
Got to.
We gotta go to the park. We in the park. We go to the track. We do anything, like anything to get some work in. Like, and the way things going now with all this NIL stuff,
Yeah.
it's money to be made, man. Gotta work for it though.
Let's get this money, y'all. Let's get this money. Hey, y'all.
Oh, hold up. One more thing. Shout out
Yeah.
to Sean,
Oh
my,
yeah,
my
that's yeah.
brother, my brother, Mook Millions. That's his line. Well, that's our line. But
Yeah, yeah. You've been
I
rocking
mean,
that for a while.
he created, yeah,
Hey man, where can people go get that?
shaping hoods and neighborhoods everywhere.
Shine, y'all. Shine. My man Heck wears nothing but shine.
That's a
Salute.
fact.
I got pictures from of you in Terminal 23 with the shine on, man.
That's a fact, man. That's a
Where
fact.
can people DM Heck for more information about the shine shirts and
Uh,
merch,
Mook,
man.
they could DM me or they could DM Mook Million CEO and get it from him. So
Word,
either
man.
or.
Word. Salute, Heck. I appreciate you, champ, for doing the interview. And we're gonna chop it up soon, bro.
Yes, sir. Anytime, let me know.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
All right.
That was my man Hector, Coach Heck, out of Riverside Church, Manhattan, Harlem. Good dude, great dad. You know what I'm saying? Just a overall good dude, man. Salute to him. Salute to the church. Salute to the gauchos. Everybody, man. Salute for everybody, stopping in, leaving your comments. I really appreciate everybody, man. If y'all want to pick up this little piece right here, man. It's available. Holla at me. But yeah, other than that, man, next Thursday we gonna come through with another banger. So stay tuned, y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping in. We out.